Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Inexperienced Podcast with me, Connor Gilmore. In this podcast, we will be talking all about starting uni, as well as our hopes and dreams for the future. So without further ado, let's welcome our 5th guest, Emily Mosby. Emily Mosby, hello and welcome to the Inexperienced Podcast. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for asking me how I am. I think you're the first person who's asked how I am.
I work in customer service. I have to do stuff like this.
Well, I mean, both you and me were working with customers. We know how important it is to stay happy, even when people are being absolutely horrible.
Yes, definitely.
But you're here today to talk a little bit more about the year ahead.
Yes.
And, well, more generally, a little bit about uni. Mm-hmm. Are you excited? I know I am. I'm really excited for this.
I mean, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, a couple of weeks coming up, but if it all goes to plan, it all goes to plan. So.
Well, fingers crossed. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. But before we do, I have to ask you a very, very important question, okay?
Okay.
People say that it is the most important question to ask someone who's applied to uni.
Okay.
All right? And the question is, Emily, name your poison. What is your drink of choice?
Ooh,
we get an ooh.
Ooh, I don't know.
Do you need a few seconds to think about it?
As in alcoholic or
Any.
non-alcoholic?
We've had responses of all drink types so far. My favourite being tea from Callum.
Oh, yeah, tea is in the high. It's in the highs. Yes, it's near the top. But, I mean, I did have a big craving when I was a kid for that Caribbean crush drink. You know, it was like a Jamaican.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. I'll tell you the only time I remember drinking that was in year 8 during We Will Rock You.
Yeah, I think that was when
I was backstage and we were like from B&M or Home Bargains or something.
Yeah, they sold it really cheap. It was like £1 for a good like 750ml. And I used to absolutely love it. And my dad found it super cheap in this store. I can't remember, I think it was like a Lidl or an Aldi or somewhere. And he found it super cheap. And I literally used to be obsessed with it. I would have like at least 3 glasses a night, which was probably bad for my teeth. But yeah, I'd say that'd be my drink because it's disappeared.
Nice,
now,
good choice.
I like it.
Good choice. So, uni.
Yes.
You said you were a little bit nervous.
A little bit.
Are you also excited? Because I know I'm so excited.
I mean, definitely. Yeah, I think it's something I've not done before. I mean, they all say that, like, it's the biggest change in your life because you're moving to different cities, you're completely new people. But the thing I'm excited about is that everyone's going to be in the same boat. So, like, when I moved to sixth form, there was some people who already knew people there because of being in that school beforehand. And so I felt like I was sort of excluded a little bit because I was coming from a different school to sixth form. So it was a hard jump for me. But I feel like with this one, I bet you there's no one's going to know anyone. And I bet it's just everyone's going to be in the same boat of making new friends and having new experiences. And it's going to be a blast, I hope.
Fingers crossed. Yes. Would you say you're feeling a little bit inexperienced? Do you see what I did there?
Yeah, that was definitely. Yeah.
But maybe, hopefully, by the end of today's podcast, we'll both be feeling slightly less inexperienced.
Yes. Hopefully.
If you excuse a double negative. But what have you just finished studying at sixth form? I say just finishing. It's been almost a month now, hasn't it?
Yes,
Which is crazy that the time's gone that quick.
Yeah, 19th of June was my last exam, and so it's been just about a month. I did chemistry, maths and music, and I also did physics as an AS, but we won't talk about that because that didn't go very well. Okay,
so we'll overlook physics, which I started, people will know, as an A-level, and I did, what was it, like 5 to 7 weeks of it, and just despised it.
I think everyone did.
So hopefully the same doesn't occur with my degree, and obviously hopefully for you it doesn't occur with your degree either.
No, let's hope not.
But, did you enjoy sixth form?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely 2 of the best years in my life, I think. I mean,
I'd say so as well.
Definitely new people, the meeting of new people. Like I said, it was quite awkward at first because of the split groups as soon as you started, because people from different schools all over the area, it's really hard. But then when you get in your classes, it's almost like them groups don't exist, and it literally is your subject, and I'm going to talk to the person sat next to me about my subject, whether they like it or not, sort of thing. Next thing you know, you've made friends out of it, and it's definitely been the hardest 2 years of my life so far, definitely, from the amount of, these last few months, definitely for the A-levels, but definitely the best. I've been saying definitely quite a bit now.
I like to keep them in because it sounds funny that you keep saying definitely. or I'll try and edit a few out. Yeah. Or I'll tell you what I could do is make a soundbite of you saying definitely and just keep adding extra definitelys in.
Yeah, do
that. If I've got time, I'll do that.
Definitely.
But yeah, I know I've really enjoyed sixth form, and it's had its ups and downs, but you know, at the end of it, at exam season, although I'd really enjoyed sixth form, I did feel ready to leave.
Yeah, same.
You know, so it's made me a lot more excited for going to uni. Yeah,
definitely.
It's just scary how quick those 2 years go.
I know, I'm not even joking. I swear it was like
really scary
how
11,
quick. 20 minutes ago, it was Leavers Day in year 11. Next thing you know, I've just finished my last exam.
I know, it's mad. And like, getting your look back on this day, whatever it's called, on Snapchat, and you're thinking, memories. Oh damn, that was 2 years ago. Oh. You know.
I mean, my summer of year 11 was really, because obviously it was such a long summer, I did so many things in it, and all these memories are coming up, and I'm like, they feel like last week, not 2 years ago. Like, I mean, I feel like I have developed a lot in the 2 years, personally. Like, I've matured. I think I've definitely improved in confidence as well, because if you knew me in year 8, I wouldn't be like this now. Stuff like that. I definitely know in the last year 12 and 13 has changed me as a person in a better way, but it's gone so fast that I haven't noticed them changes until now, and I'm looking back at photos going, I looked like that 2 years ago? What the hell? That was... Oh my god!
Oh my Christ! Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Gavin and Stacey over the past week.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Gavin and Stacey.
So, chemistry, maths, music, right?
Yes.
What's been your favourite out of them, and why?
Oh, well, it's fluctuated in the past. So, That's a big word, that.
That is a big word. I might have to Google that one.
So, when I first started, it had to be music, because it was so relaxed compared to the other two. Because the step up from GCSE to A-level maths is massive. Same for chemistry. But for music, it's gradual. And I think that's why I super loved it at the start of year 12. Music was like my favourite. And then as I was getting towards the end of year 12, chemistry weirdly became my favourite. And I don't know what it was. It was like I enjoyed learning it, but I wasn't very good at it. So I'd enjoy sort of sitting in the classes, but then if you'd be like, oh, you've got this homework, I would literally get like 0 out of 30 on the homework, because I wouldn't get it. But I enjoyed researching and learning it and revising it, to be honest. But then when I started year 13, maths became my favourite. And so I've been alternated. I think by the end of it, though, by the end of year 13, I'd probably say maths was my favourite, with chemistry at second, and then music third. Exam season, that was the order I enjoyed them in.
Now that's interesting to me, because what subject are you doing next year?
Maths and music.
Maths and music. So your favourite and your
least favourite. I think though least favourite was because of teachers at the school, but that's just my personal opinion.
We'll not talk anymore about that, just in case anyone who's connected to them is listening in. But what happened to chemistry? Why is it that one that you don't want to continue with?
I think it's because I'm not as good as chemistry as I am. Maths naturally comes to me in a weird way. Like, my dad's an engineer, and I feel like since a young age he's been drilling a lot of simple maths into me. And because I've sort of been able to do it, like, my brain's like a maths wired brain, as they say, you know. And I think I've been naturally alright at maths for a long time. And I think that's why maths has always been a thing for me. But chemistry, I'm not as naturally good at it. I really have to work to get good grades in it. But music is fun. So then I'm a bit like, right, I want to split between stuff I'm good at and stuff I enjoy. And admittedly, I do enjoy maths, but everyone hates maths now and then, don't they? Like, my maths can be far too much to just do as a full degree.
But I mean, that, to me, is the brilliant thing about uni.
Yeah.
because you can choose. There's so many courses out there.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And you choose what you want to do, and you end up doing something that you love. Because I know at sixth form you do 3, maybe 4 subjects that you like.
Yeah.
But there's maybe only one of them that you really, 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 really love, and that is the only thing you do at uni.
Yeah.
Which, you know, is very appealing to me. And that's what I look forward to. Doing something that you can't even do at sixth form.
Yeah.
You know. But, as you say, if there is something else that you really, really love, and you're doing a slightly different course,
yeah,
you can always join a society.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk a little bit about later on.
Okay.
But first, I'm going to ask you where you're going to uni.
Hopefully, Leeds University. That's my top.
Leeds!
Yes, Leeds. I do have an insurance choice at Kiel, but it's not as good of a uni as Leeds, as you probably haven't heard of it, which is why it's... And it's quite in the middle of nowhere, and it's just not very convenient for me as a person to go to that uni. I mean, it's probably a good uni for some people. I know some people who've been there and said it's the best uni ever. It is a gorgeous looking university, but because it's on campus and it's sort of in the middle of nowhere, it's sort of putting me off that, because I know Leeds is in a big city. It's pretty local to me as well, we can go on the train there.
Yeah, it's very easy to get to.
Yeah, very
Leeds.
easy to get to. And it's a new city, but it's still pretty close to home, that if I do want a weekend trip to home, it's not going to take all the money out of my bank and stuff.
So, we already talk about some Leeds facts, which I've found on the internet.
Okay.
So, I've not actually looked at all of these, so fingers crossed they'll be slightly interesting. But the first one I found is that, apparently, Leeds make the UK's most expensive... Finish the sentence. Go on, have a guess.
Ooh, most expensive clothes?
Furniture. They make the most expensive furniture.
Oh.
The most expensive piece of furniture ever sold in Britain was designed by a dude called Thomas Chippendale. The Leeds-born cabinet maker Harrington Commode was sold for an incredible 3.8 million at Sotheby's in 2010. Sotheby's is the really, really famous auction house.
Yeah.
That's the one where Banksy... You know, when he got his own... He had his self-shredding picture. That's where his was sold. A little bit of my general knowledge for you there. Next one. Cluedo, apparently, was first made and produced in Leeds.
Oh, okay. I like that game. It's a good game.
It was made by Waddingtons, who were then based in Leeds when they first made Cluedo.
I like it. No, Cluedo's a good game. I prefer Cluedo to Monopoly, if I'm being honest.
Oh, definitely.
Sorry, anyone that loves Monopoly.
You know, I can't ever remember playing Cluedo, but I remember the horrors of playing Monopoly.
Yeah.
Because the way you win isn't by the rules of the game and what it says on the leaflet thing is the way you win. No, the way you win is keeping your frustration hidden until the other person is the one that flips the board and storms out of the room, you know?
Yeah, that's how Monopoly ends.
But next fact, anyway, about Leeds. The second ever Ryder Cup was held in Leeds. That's a famous golf tournament for those that don't know. Leeds is the capital of rooftop glazing. Apparently they put grass on a roof which was kept under control by sticking sheep on there. So there was sheep on a roof, on a building in Leeds. Did I say rooftop glazing?
Yeah.
It's not, I read it wrong. That's why I was getting confused. It's rooftop grazing.
Oh, it's in putting sheep to eat grass off the roof.
They put sheep on the roof.
I was going to say, I thought you meant to use sheep to stick grass.
I hope they still do that. When you're in Leeds, I'll find out where this building is, and you've got to go and see if there's a sheep on top of it. Rooftop glazing. What am I on about? I thought it was going to be like a greenhouse, with like glass on the roof. That teaches me to read properly. That's why I didn't do English at A-level. Anyway, next fact. Apparently, Leeds came out of World War II better than other cities. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds interesting. How cool.
I think that's about it. I think they just missed it.
Just in that little circle that just didn't get attacked.
Yeah, it says Leeds didn't suffer nearly as badly as other UK cities. Only 197 buildings were destroyed and only 77 people died in Leeds
77?
as a result of bombs.
That's not that bad compared to some places.
Leeds gave the world the first ever Marks and Spencers.
God bless Leeds.
Now, you wouldn't think it. I say you wouldn't. I wouldn't think it. Mm-hmm. Because when I think of Leeds, I think of Leeds, you know. Ruffians.
Yeah.
Right? M&S is quite... Posh isn't the word, but you know what I mean if I say that.
I know what you mean, yeah.
It's not Tesco.
No.
That's the point I'm trying to make. It's certainly not B&M.
Oh, definitely not Aldi.
But yeah, like, a lot of people think of this sort of football culture that you always hear about Leeds, but it's not that. It's, there's places in it like, what is it, Victoria Square?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? That's, like, really nice, and yeah, I'm just saying that there's lovely
places in Leeds.
Yeah, lovely places in Leeds. Leeds is home to the UK's largest gaslit cinema.
Oh, nice.
It drew the first country maps of England. A local Leeds paper once had a famous writer, Karl Marx. The first black FA Cup finalist played for Leeds United. Leeds is home to the first ever commercial railway. Leeds is home to the world's largest animal armour. In Leeds Museum, they've got elephant armour.
Oh my god.
They were the first provincial town to have their own stock exchange. And it's got lots of really nice Victorian engineering and architecture. And I think we'll leave it there. There's a load of facts on this website. I'll probably link it somewhere eventually. But we'll leave it there.
Yes, I like that. Leeds is an interesting city.
So, on hearing those facts, does that make you a little bit more excited about going to Leeds?
Yeah.
I know, some of them are a bit rubbish. some facts are better than others, but, I think we've both learned a little bit more about Leeds that we didn't know before.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Learn something new every day.
So, you told me that one of the things that you're most looking forward to about going to uni was going to a new place. Mm-hmm. And we've spoken about Leeds, and I also asked some other university applicants from a range of different courses, and 64% of them said that they were looking forward to exploring a new city as one of their top things that they were looking forward to. So I thought I'd include that interesting fact.
That's very interesting,
That's possibly more interesting than some of the Leeds ones.
Yeah, maybe.
But we've spoken about your past subjects.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken a little bit about what you want to do next year.
Yep.
We've spoken about Leeds. But now we're going to do this. So, Emily, I saw you trying not to laugh at that. Do you know what that theme tune's from? I know probably a few listeners won't. What is that from?
University Challenge.
University Challenge. So, that is the name of the game we're going to play today.
Oh, lovely.
And luckily for you, it's not the same as the TV show. Please don't copyright strike me for using your intro. Please don't copyright strike me for using your intro. We're going to talk a little bit about societies, okay?
Okay.
We're going to play Society Challenge, alright?
Okay.
So, I know that now and in previous years you've done a lot of extracurricular type stuff, right? So, do you just want to list a few? Because I know the list might be quite long.
Scouts, explorers, dancing. I've done dancing for a long time. I'm in an orchestra. I used to help out volunteering at younger orchestras with little kids, teaching them how to play instruments, stuff like that. I used to be a lifeguard teacher at a local swim club. There's probably a few others that I can't think of right now, but yeah.
So you've done loads, right?
Yes, I have done quite a few.
So me knowing this, I think societies would be something that you'd be quite interested in, right? And you know, they are a great way to meet new people. Mm-hmm. And as we said earlier, do something that you love but don't do as your course,
Yeah.
and even try something that you've never even thought of doing before. So, we are going to do a little bit of a quiz
Okay.
where I have researched some of the most interesting societies at different unis, and I've also made up some fake societies.
Oh, okay.
And you've got to tell me which of the two, I've put them into pairs, you've got to tell me which of the two is the real society.
Okay, I like this game.
And the way I've planned this, all of these societies are things that I think you might be interested in.
Okay.
Okay?
That's fine. I
So,
like this.
the first one is at the University of Essex.
Okay.
Okay? And I want you to tell me whether the Mario Kart Society or the Sonic the Hedgehog Society is the real society at the University of Essex.
Ooh.
It's a tricky one to start with.
It is actually.
It's a tricky
because
one.
they're both kind of big fandoms, aren't they? You know what? I'm gonna go Mario Kart being the real one.
Mario Kart? You're going to lock your answer in?
Yeah, look, Mario Kart being real.
That is the correct answer.
Yes. Yeah.
Members of this society meet weekly for Mario Kart gaming events and challenge one another for the title of champion.
Nice.
Apparently, they also do social events where everyone dresses up as Mario Kart-based characters.
Not my
So,
experience.
apparently, they also have petitions to rename the University of Essex to the University of Mario Kart, in Essex. So, if that ever happened, that'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
But I know you're not going to Essex, but
No.
if you knew that at the application stage, would you maybe have changed where you were going?
Maybe. I mean, Mario. You can't go wrong with Mario Kart. It's one of the best Wii or however game you play.
The next one is it's at the university. Well, it's at a lot of universities: Cambridge, Durham, Sheffield, and Warwick, according to Which University Guide.
Okay.
And the two that I want you to choose from are the Assassins Society
Okay.
or the Extreme Cooking Society.
Ooh.
Again, a hard one. I think, well, they're all quite hard.
Yeah, I mean, extreme cooking probably sounds safer.
They both sound pretty dangerous to me, Emily. They both sound pretty dangerous, mate.
I feel like Assassins might seem a bit too out there, but that might be why it could be real.
Okay, I need your final answer.
answer.
Assassins or Extreme Cooking?
I'm gonna go with extreme cooking being the real one.
Gonna lock that in?
Yeah, go on, I'll lock
Okay. The correct answer, surprisingly, is the Assassins Guild / Society
I thought so.
at, as I said, Cambridge, Durham, Sheffield, and Warwick. And it says that members of this society take part in a mock assassination in which players are assigned targets to hunt down and eliminate with fake weapons such as water pistols and rubber chickens. As well as being assassins, each player is also a target, making stealth and suspicion essential. Games run for around 4 weeks, whilst other games can last only several hours.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, if that was at my uni, I'd definitely join that. That'd be so fun.
I mean, I feel like it'd be really fun. I feel like it might be scary when you first start.
I know, like, when you first heard it, you might have been thinking, oh, real assassins.
Yeah.
But the fact that they use water pistols and rubber chickens...
Yeah, that should be quite fun.
That actually sounds quite fun. And I reckon it's probably very highly subscribed.
Yeah, I bet you.
So, moving swiftly on, the next one is at Plymouth, and it's historical.
Oh, okay.
So, this one I thought I'd include because history, as far as I'm aware, is not really your thing.
I'm not particularly good at it. It's alright.
So,
Horrible histories is the furthest I go.
But as we've said, societies can be used to try something a little bit different. So I thought this one might be a little bit different for you. It's either the Roman Society or the Viking Society.
Oh.
So, you know, again, I keep saying this to everyone. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
Both would be interesting.
I know. I think, yeah.
Even for me, I'm the same as you. I've not got I've not really got an interest in history apart from horrible histories.
Yeah.
But this would be something I'd be at least reading to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a kid, I did Romans in year 3, so I didn't do much about them. And in year 4, we did Vikings.
Well,
so both of them I've done like a little bit.
This could be a chance to learn a little bit more about one of them, but which one?
Ooh, which one would be real? I'm going to go Romans.
Lock that in?
Yeah. Let's go Romans.
I would want Romans to be the correct answer, which is why I made it up. But the correct answer is actually Viking Society. And apparently, Plymouth's Viking Society aims to educate people interested in the Viking way of life. So they do like different Viking activities and Viking walks and stuff like that.
That sounds pretty interesting.
It sounds more like a serious society than maybe like the Assassins one we spoke about.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is a bit more informal. But yeah, it sounds quite interesting.
I mean, I wouldn't actually put the Vikings one being in Plymouth. I'd put that more like York Uni or something. Like, I'd feel like that would fit more with York.
I think York
York
could fit in with York.
That's why but no, I think...
Well, you never know though. Plymouth might have a secret Viking history.
Yeah, we
and
don't
it
know.
is a port town.
Yeah, exactly, so...
Isn't it? So...
Probably has a couple of things about Vikings here and there.
Next one is at the University of Bath, Leicester and Warwick. Okay? And the choice is between the Andy Murray Appreciation Society or the Curry Appreciation Society. So it's between Andy Murray and curry.
When you say curry, do you mean like Indian curries? Or as in like...
As in like what?
There's a shop called Curry's. It could be about
That's
that.
Curry's, not curry.
I don't know.
Why would they have a Curry's?
Because they might like computers.
All pray to the big washing machine.
They might like electronics. Okay, it might be like a computer science one or something. I don't know.
No, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so it's in like Indian or Chinese curries. Oh, Indians are better than Chinese. But anyways, yes.
We'll not get into that conversation. No. So, Curry or Andy Murray? I need an answer.
I want to go curry because I'm more interested in that than Andy Murray. But
I would be more interested in curry than Andy Murray.
No, we'll go curry because
curry. Lock that in then.
Yep, curry.
The answer is curry.
Yes,
you are correct. Yes, as I said, that's Bath, Leicester, and Warwick. It's probably some others as well. But those are the ones that were listed. These societies give people the opportunity to meet up with people and enjoy a curry at discount prices.
Oh, yes.
All across their representative cities.
Curries.
I mean, I think me and you are both thinking the same thing, in that eating the curries is the interesting bit, but then having to sit down and talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's not
Eat
much
the curry
to
and get lost,
I'm a boring curry person. I'm a chicken tikka masala or a korma person. I don't really go very spicy. Well, it's saying, it's the same. Like every week I'd get the same curry. So you'd be like, what are you going to say about your curry this week? Yeah, it's the same as last week.
Well, I'll ask you a question actually. I spoke to Callum about this. You'll have heard in his podcast.
Yep.
I asked him the question: Popadoms or bread? If you had to do so, like Popadoms or naan bread, we'll change it to.
Yes.
If you could only have one,
I'd have to say Popadoms because I love mango chutney. I think that'd be the only reason I'd go for Popadoms because of mango chutney.
What if you could have mango chutney on naan bread?
It don't go well with naan bread though, does it? It only goes well with Popadoms.
Well, I haven't tried. So.
You don't want to try it. It's not as good.
I'll
Popadoms and mango chutney. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'd take Popadoms.
So yeah, as I said, Curry Appreciation Society is a thing, and
wow.
Why don't you try and start one in Leeds?
Yeah,
because I know Leeds and especially Bradford has a lot of places that do curry and that sort of stuff.
Yes, exactly.
So, maybe you'll be the founder of the next Curry Society.
Yes, hopefully.
So this next one is the one reading it that I was most interested in.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll not tell you what it is. Because it'll give away the answer, which one's the real one. But Birmingham does this one.
Oh.
Lancashire, Lincoln, Newcastle and Huddersfield all do this society. And it's either called the 20-Minute Society or the 20-Year Society.
Oh, okay.
And I know these names are a bit ambiguous, but I can't tell you what the society actually is because it'll give away which one it is. So it's either 20-minute or 20-year.
Ooh. I might... It depends what it could be about, because I feel like if...
Well, let's do that then. What do you think the 20-minute society might be?
Like, a set of games, you know? Like, a bit like that 5-second rule game thing. I feel like it could be something like that. Like, you have 20 minutes to find, like, 7 vegetables on campus or something shit like that.
All right, okay.
Or,
Well, what about then 20-year society?
20-year, I'd feel like it'd be... They meet up after 20 years and check in on each other to see what... You know, like, how much
if I was posing this question, I'd think that 20-minute society would be you're only allowed to meet for 20 minutes and then do something.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
And then if I had to guess what the 20-year society was, I'd think it's one of these sort of like conspiracy type groups where they talk about what's going to happen 20 years into the future.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
But the correct... Oh, which one did...
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say it then, but I remember you haven't said which one you think it is.
Oh, I'll go for 20-minute. I feel like that'd be more doable in uni.
20-minute.
Could be anything.
Well, I can say that is the correct answer.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's a 20-minute society, but it's not quite what you were thinking.
No.
It is a society that does weekly competitions.
Yeah.
And when you sign up, you don't know when the society is going to be taking place, right? And what happens is you get a text at an unexpected time with an address of a random location on it, and you've then got 20 minutes, a 20-minute time limit to get to that location. And if you can get to wherever the text says in 20 minutes, you win prizes and different stuff like that. Basically, you end up accumulating points, and the person with the most points at the end of it will get a prize.
I like that. That sounds really interesting.
So, I would join that.
I would, yeah.
Apart from reading the last line.
Oh, God.
That says, across the week, it's a 24-hour thing. So you could get a text at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my God, no.
And have to get up and race somewhere, you know. So,
I feel like it'd be fun for your first year, but when you get like close to exams, I feel like it'd be really stressful.
It'd be a good one to do over like either Freshers Week or the sort of Freshers Month, like the
first couple of
it'd
weeks.
be fun for a few weeks, and then you just get bored of it.
Yeah, I feel like I'd give up, I think, if I didn't.
And it will be costly as well.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got to travel every time to get to this 20-minute place.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I can just try to picture someone revising like the night before their exam, getting a message like, you need to be here in 20 minutes, just going, like throwing books across the library.
To be fair, if they did it in exam season, they could do it at the get to the exam hall.
Yeah, please.
It'd get people out of bed, make sure they don't miss their exam.
You have 20 minutes to get to this place.
But yeah, as I said, that's Birmingham, Lincoln, Newcastle, and Huddersfield. Nice. Next one is maybe something that it's probably not your thing, but I thought I'd include it anyway because I thought it was somewhat interesting. It's either the Beard Club or the Moustache Club. It's another tricky one, I know.
You know what? I'm probably going to go for beard on this one. Because don't they like measure like people's lengths of beards? Isn't that a thing?
That is a thing.
Yeah, so I feel like that could be the sort of the idea of it, that who's got the longest beard after 2 months or however. Well, no, I'm gonna go beard. Yeah, locking it in.
Well, this one is at Carlston College in the US.
Oh, okay.
And it is actually the Moustache Club.
Oh, okay.
Or Moustache if you're from down south. Yeah, it says basically there's been a massive resurgence in popularity in recent years of beards.
Yep.
There's like hipster culture and all this. But moustaches have yet to experience such a revival. So this society was put in place to make moustaches cool, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that one was a little bit interesting.
It was.
Again, maybe you'll be able to start this one at
yeah, because I'm gonna grow a moustache. Yeah,
you can be like the bearded lady who won Eurovision, but with a big moustache instead.
Yeah, I'll get one of them really curly ones. I feel like I'd feel like a gangster if I had a really curly one. But then I feel like I'd have to put on an accent if I got a curly one.
I'm sure there's an app that that you're able to add one on with. But anyway, next one. So I know earlier I made up the answer of the Extreme Cooking Society.
Yes.
But at the University of Nottingham, there is either the Extreme Ironing Society or the Extreme Washing Up Society.
Ooh, okay.
So which one is the real society?
Ooh, which kind of washing up? Does it mean like pots or does it mean like washing clothes? It means pots, doesn't it?
I assume it means pots.
I don't know because some people call the washing.
That's part of the quiz, Emily.
Ooh,
you can't ask the invigilator what the exam means.
I mean, I wish I could. Right. So I've got washing or ironing. Washing pots. Sorry, not ironing. Oh.
What do you
I
think?
feel like ironing, actually. Yeah.
Ironing?
Yeah, I feel like people don't do it, so it's a
You
good
think
way
there's
to...
a lot of people who want to do extreme ironing in Nottingham, right? Because if you did think that, you would be correct. That is
really?
the actual answer, yeah.
Oh my god.
Many students hate ironing. Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
But students as part of this society in Nottingham are united for the sole aim of injecting a little danger into the mundane household chore to liven it up. Taking your ironing out while surfing or rock climbing would certainly raise your adrenaline levels.
Wow, okay.
I mean, it would. You know, this is obviously all I know about the society, but I hope there's stuff on YouTube because I know what I'm YouTubing as soon as we finish this. So, on to the final one. And this one I thought was quite a good idea, actually. And I think more unis should have this society. But it's actually at the Dublin Institute of Technology, obviously in Ireland.
Yeah.
And you've got the choice between the Reject Debate Society
Okay.
or the Reject Theatre Society. So the Theatre Society and the Debate Society at most unis are some of the most highly subscribed.
Yes,
right?
yeah, I can tell.
So the University of Dublin has a Reject Society. So the people who get rejected from either the Theatre Society or the Debate Society go to the Reject version of that society. So it's almost like your main sports team having a B team.
Oh, yeah. Like Relay A, Relay B from Sports Day.
So is it, as I say, the Reject Theatre Society or the Reject Debate Society?
Well, what did you say the uni was called?
Dublin Institute of Technology.
Technology.
So it's not linked to either one particularly.
Oh. I feel like debating is probably slightly more likely to be I don't know, because the thing is with theatre, they reject you if you've got like no talent. Debating, you don't need a talent to debate, do you? You just need to be good at arguing. I'm going to go with the theatre one because I feel like you're going to get more rejects from theatre than you are from...
That is the correct answer. It is the Reject Musical Society.
Musical.
It's spelled Muzakel. It must be the Irish spelling. The Gaelic spelling.
I was going to say.
The Reject Musical Society welcomes students who struggle to hold a tune and lack of coordination to carry out the simplest of dance moves. The society holds activities such as bongo lessons and mud wrestling.
I wouldn't put that under theatre, but okay. Mud wrestling.
Mud wrestling.
Nice. Whatever floats your boat.
So, yeah, if you're really bad at theatre and performing arts and all that stuff,
Definitely.
I know you're not. You're very talented.
Thank you.
You can always go do some mud wrestling instead. I don't know if this is a mistake from my source, but it does definitely say mud wrestling. You can back me up there.
Yeah, it says mud wrestling.
I'll maybe have to do some extra research on that.
Just
that brings our quiz to a close.
Oh.
How many points did you get? You got Mario Kart, didn't you?
Yes.
You got... No, you didn't get Assassin's Guild?
No, I didn't. That one.
Viking Society,
I said Romans.
Didn't. Curry Appreciation, you got right. The 20-Minute Society, you got right.
Yep.
Moustache Society, you got wrong.
Yep.
Extreme Ironing, you got right.
Yep.
And Reject Theatre Society, you got right. So you got 5 out of 8.
That's not bad.
That's
I'm
good
quite
going
happy
for
with
me.
That. Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
So, we've spoken a little bit about the sort of things that you'll be able to do next year.
Yeah.
But what do you think you'll be doing in 40 years' time? When you've got a proper established career, what job do you think you'll be doing?
See, this is the thing my mum keeps pestering me about. My problem is I don't really know. I think that's why I'm looking at taking 2 subjects at uni, for the fact that I literally could see myself in any kind of job. I mean, I don't want to be in teaching. That's the one place I don't want to be in 40 years. For the pure fact that I've done 2 work experiences in teaching, and both of them I've absolutely hated.
Well, the way I think of it when people say, "Oh, I want to be a teacher," is you've already been in education for 14 years. Why? And then you're going to be in it for at least another 3, so 17 years.
Yes, around about.
Right?
Wow.
Go out and explore the world.
Yeah.
And do something else before you go back into uni. Like take a few years out and do a job in industry before you then become a teacher.
Don't just settle for being a teacher.
The reason why I ask you what you want to do in the future is because there's an app at the moment that you've probably seen. Yes. It's gone viral, he says with inverted commas. It's called Face App.
Yes, I've seen.
And you can stick a picture in there, and it uses AI to guess what you look like when you're older.
Oh god.
So I know you've probably seen this, but I'll show you.
Yes.
I'll show you mine. So that's me now.
Yep.
Looking normal, and that's me in 50 years' time. And for the people at home, it really does look like me, but older, doesn't it?
It is weirdly alive.
Scary.
Yeah.
And I'll share this on the Instagram for those of you who want to see it, who are listening. But Maddie was saying that it looks like sort of like the guy from Up.
Yeah, I can see that. You've got a bit of a box head, which makes it look a little bit like... You just need glasses.
My head's quite square, but this aging thing makes it look even more square.
Yeah,
it actually does look like the... What is his name? I forgot.
Might have to come back on that one, because I don't know.
But yeah, it does look like him. And as I say, I'll share it on the podcast Instagram for other people to see. But it's scary how real that looks like a real person.
It does, yeah.
But I'd be happy enough if I ended up looking like that in however many years.
Yes.
But what you don't know is that I've also stuck your face into the app.
Oh no.
Okay? So luckily I had to do a little bit of digging, but I managed to find the picture that I took of your face for the Chicago program.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Right. So here's the original.
Still got my green hair.
Still got your green hair, but apart from that, you look basically the same as you do today.
Yep.
So are you ready to see what you look like in 2059?
Sure. Go on then. Oh no, I'm so fat! No cheeks! Why have they gone so far?
I don't know. Like for me, my face looks about the same size.
Yeah.
Right? But for you, this app has decided that...
Saggy.
This has decided that you're going to have a massive food binge when you're at uni.
No, I don't like it.
It looks really funny.
Why does it make my cheeks all saggy?
To be fair, you don't look...
I mean, it does look a lot
really,
like me.
really old. You don't look like an old lady. It just looks like someone's made you bite down on an air pump and blown it up. Your face just looks slightly inflated.
It's like my cheeks have gone saggy. If you look, they sag. It's all this...
But yeah, Face App it's called, if you want to use it at home. It's a really, really good app, and it's free to use as well, and it's hilarious. So there's my 9-year-old brother looking like an old man.
Oh my god.
There's Emma, my sister, as well. She looks proper old in that, doesn't she?
She does.
And I'll show you a really horrendous picture. That's my mum as an old lady.
Oh my god.
And I might not share the one with my mum because she might kill me for sharing it, but I'll share the rest on the Instagram. They'll be on there by the time that this comes out. So if you're listening to this, hop on the Instagram right now. It's just search for the Inexperienced Podcast. That'll come up.
Yes.
And take a look at me and Emily, oldified. I think we'll use that as the word.
Oh my god.
But flipping heck. That's the only thing you can say for that, and it's crazy.
It's crazy how much it looks like me, but I just really hope I don't get saggy cheeks. I don't want saggy cheeks.
When it is 2059, I hope you listen back to this, and I hope you then find a picture and be able to compare what the artificial intelligence thought you'd be like, and then what you actually look like. I think it'll be quite funny to see the results of that. So, today we're going to end on a little bit of a tip section, okay? Because obviously, as we've said, you do and have done so many extracurricular and society things. Mm-hmm. We're going to briefly talk about some tips about joining societies, okay? So, I know you've thought of some, and I'm also going to bring some of my own that I've thought of as well, okay?
Sure.
So, the first one is to remember that societies are not all free. A lot of them are free, but there's some of them that you've got to pay small contributions for. There's some of them that you've got to pay a lot for. And what they'll do, there's always like freshers' fairs and stuff like that where you get to see people from societies. They'll try and entice you by freebies and stuff like this. And they'll get you to sign up before you realise that there's a fee. Yeah. So you'll sign up, and then they'll maybe give you like one or two free sessions or free meetings, and then they'll slap you down and be like, it's £20 a month from now. And, you know? So, although it's good to join lots of societies because you get to do lots of different things, you also have to think of what cost implications that might have. So, the next one is from you.
So, you also need to think that societies may not actually do what they say. So, like, it might say on the tin, in figure of speech, like that Mario Kart society. In some places, you might think, oh, okay, does that mean we go like driving and like race carring? No, it's just you're playing the Wii game. But like some of them are sort of misdeceiving in ways that they say. So,
I mean, the prime example of that is the 20-minute society.
Yeah, the 20 minutes.
Just been spoken about.
We weren't really sure what it was going to do.
You didn't have a clue what that was.
Exactly.
Until I had to explain to you, right? Because of that, what I would suggest is, as I've said, go to the Freshers' Fair, talk to members of the societies rather than looking at names or just looking at names of societies and going, oh yeah, that'd be all right, I'll sign up for that. And then it'd be something that you hate.
Yeah, you always need to read into it.
Because although you don't have to go to societies, even if you sign up to them, you'll still be part of the mailing list and all this.
Yeah,
and you'll be getting tons of emails. And, that's another free tip for you there, a little one extra. If you're signing up for stuff, make sure you sign up for stuff that you actually want to sign up for. Because if you're giving out your email address willy-nilly, you'll be spending years unsubscribing
and deleting
from email lists. But yeah, like always read into societies, and then make sure before you join into it, any society, talk to people who have been in it and are in it, not just the people who are there to promote it as well. Talk to more than just them, if possible, you know. The next one is do what you're comfortable with doing, but also try and join something that you didn't think you would do.
Yeah. So don't push yourself too far out your comfort zone that you don't want to actually go to it. But don't just stay in your comfort zone to the point that you're not taking any risks, that you're not meeting many new people, that you're not doing stuff. Because, I mean, I always said I wanted to do something that I've never done before as a society. And I think that's the idea behind societies, is doing something that you've either got a little bit of interest in but you've never done before, or you have no interest in but you think YOLO in a way. You always need to, you don't want to stay stuck in that comfort zone. You want to reach out a little bit, just not too far that you put yourself at risk and you don't feel comfortable going there, because at the end of the day it's enjoyment, isn't it? And
you want to try something that you may not know that you're going to enjoy or not.
Yeah.
And then if you go and if you don't enjoy it, you've still learnt a little bit about yourself and about what you like and what you don't like. And you've still met some new people.
Exactly.
Which is always good. Whether they'll end up being your friends or end up not being your friends, it's still meeting people and it's still socialising, which is really important part of going to uni. If you don't go out and meet people and talk to people and, cocoon yourself and just stay in your room doing nothing, you'll end up having a really horrible time. You want to branch out and meet new people.
And then my last tip would be that some societies look good on your CV, so always keep an eye out for them ones, because they might not be, because obviously Mario Karts might not look good on your CV, but they might, like debate, sometimes if you want to go into law, debate club probably looks amazing on your CV. If you want, it depends what job you want to go into, always think about the societies based on that, such as, like, if you want to go into musical theatre, the Musical Theatre Society is good for you. It's always just keep in your mind the little things that are going to help your CV for the future.
You see, I agree with that, like you were saying about debate club and theatre society.
Mm-hmm.
However, sort of building on that point, there are also societies that a lot of people do.
Yeah.
So, although, as you say, it looks good on the CV, a lot of people who are doing the same degree as you might also have that on their CV.
Exactly.
So, on top of that, I'd suggest doing one of the more obscure societies as well, or instead of, because even though, again, we keep linking back to the 20-minute society, or even the Assassin Society, something like that, although when you first talk about it, you might think, oh, an employer won't like that because it sounds like you're doing a club that's a doss about.
Yeah, I just love it.
It will give you something really, really, really interesting to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
So think, if you're being an assassin, the employer will see that and be like, what's that supposed to be about? And you can say, I had to be able to plan, I had to do teamwork by talking to other people, I had to do this, do that, and you're building up a skill set you're building up a skill set with skills that you wouldn't get in a traditional society.
Definitely.
You're doing something a little bit different. So, yeah, I think we've covered a lot of bases with
definitely.
Those tips. Are there any more you can think of?
Don't skip them freshers fairs, because you never know what you're going to find there. I mean, I have a friend who, she used to go dancing with me. She's in her first year of uni now. She's just finished. And the only dancing she ever did was like, ballet, tap, modern, the traditional stuff. She never really put herself out of comfort zone. But then she obviously she went to Leeds, and she was a bit like, I want to get into dancing again because her dance school's a bit far away. But she wanted to sort of try something different. And now she's the captain of the cheerleading team. And because she's quite skinny, she gets flipped around everywhere. You wouldn't think she'd done that a year ago, but it's because she's pretty tall, but she's super skinny, so she's really light to pick up. And when you throw her in the air, she goes miles because of the fact that she's so tall. And you wouldn't have thought when she was in Doncaster that she was going to join a cheerleading team, and now she's the captain of it after her first year of that school. And you think, cheerleading, it's cheerleading, they don't do much, but they do like competitions and stuff in some unis, and They take societies really seriously.
They do.
Definitely.
So, just to go back over as a quick fire little recap. Societies are not all free.
Mm-hmm. Societies may not do what they say in the tin.
And you should do something that you're comfortable with, but
you should always try new things.
And as we say, try something that will be a little bit different on your CV to entice and interest an employer.
Yes, definitely.
I'm happy with that.
Me too.
Do you know what? After that, I feel a lot less inexperienced.
Yes, definitely.
About societies.
Yes, I feel like I could go join one right now, and I know what to choose, and I know why, and I know.
Does it make you feel a bit more excited about the wider uni life then?
I mean,
I know we've not really covered course content today because we're doing that in other episodes, but I feel like before today I might have been a little bit more nervous about joining societies and clubs and stuff like that, but now I feel like I'm going to do research even before the Freshers' Fair.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like
look at stuff like that,
Yeah,
I'm actually getting really excited just sat here now for joining, because like I know already I'm definitely joining the student radio.
Yeah,
it's because the one at my uni is like one of the biggest in England.
Yes,
and I'm hopefully I'll be able to join like the musical theatre drama type society.
Like
but I cannot wait. honestly, I cannot wait to shop around and look at what's on offer because, people say you don't realise just how vast the spectrum is of different societies.
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was... Because my mum and dad are always like, try new foods, try new things. And I'm always going to try new things. Like, I'm never going to not. But I get persuaded really easily. And I feel like if I went to that Freshers' Fair and I just read it, like you said, read it on what's on the tin and go, yeah, I'll put one in after that, I'll put one in after that. Next thing you know, I've got to pay like £50 a month for each. And I'm like, oh my God. And
it's a lot of money for a student.
Yeah, and I feel like, because I now know that they do pay sometimes and obviously they're not what they say on the tin, I know I need to research that, and I'm willing to do that because at the end of the day, it's fun, and I don't want to get stuck in a society that I don't want to be in.
And it's the obvious tip. Just do your research and ask questions.
Yep.
And you'll be fine.
And don't get forced into anything. It's your choice at the end of the day.
I know what Salford do to get people to the Freshers' Fair. I know once you're there, all the societies are trying to give you freebies and stuff to try and get you to come to them. But to actually get you to the fair, they have a sponsorship deal with Domino's. And if you go to the Freshers' Fair, you get free pizza. That's how they get you in.
That's a good idea.
And I was talking to some old people the other day.
Yeah.
And they were saying, like, loads and loads and loads of stuff at uni they get you to by offering either free pizza or, in some cases, free alcohol.
Oh, I mean, I can take either.
That's a brilliant advertising technique. Just give them loads of free stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but never do something just because someone else is. So, like, don't just be like, oh, I'm going to follow you around sort of thing. Like, you've met your neighbour on the day in your house and you both go to the Freshers' Fair together and she's super into singing and you're like, I cannot sing. But she wants to join the a cappella group and you're just a bit like, nah, I don't want to do that, thanks. But don't get forced into it just because your friends are. Yes, that's all I got to say.
And like we were saying in one of the other episodes, like don't assume that the first people you're gonna meet are gonna be your friends for life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that brings us to the end of the show for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I've had so much fun.
Same.
I've really, really enjoyed almost the past hour of chatting with you. Hopefully you lot at home have also enjoyed it. I know I certainly have. Emily, I think she has.
Yes.
If you want to keep up to date and find out a little bit more about the Inexperienced Podcast, please follow us on Instagram. Just search for the Inexperienced Podcast, or you can find it via my Instagram page. I've had a lot of fun. Yeah. I keep saying thank you, but I am very, very thankful.
Thank you.
And you lot at home, if you do have any feedback, I would love to hear it. I keep saying that I am indeed an inexperienced podcaster, so I'm always looking to improve. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Everyone, thanks for listening, and goodbye.
I don't know why I started waving.
Emily started waving, but now she's going to shout, goodbye! The Inexperienced Podcast was first recorded in June and July of 2019. The special guest for episode 5 was Emily Mosby, and it was a Connor Gilmore production.